Welcome to the Work Wives and Real Lives podcast. I'm Katie.
And I'm Ava. We're two best friends and coworkers spilling the tea on business, boundaries, and all the beautiful chaos in between.
From workday wins to real life messes, we're talking through it all.
Unfiltered, unpolished, and always putting friendship first.
Think of it as your weekly catch up with your favorite coworker turned soul sister.
So grab your coffee
or your wine
and let's get into it.
Stunning. What is up, Work Wife fam? It's your favorite wives, Katie and Ava.
Ayo.
Ayo.
What up?
What up? We are here. We were great. We didn't take another unplanned hiatus this week, so we're 2 for 2 in a row.
2 for 2. Crushing it.
Knocking it out of the park.
Knocking it out of the park. Here we are.
Doing the bare fucking minimum, but we're here.
Nope. Yeah, we're doing things.
Last
week's episode was pretty much 2 hours long, so we're fucking doing things over here.
I don't know how we talk that long. Every time I tell Ava, I'm like, I can't do another 2-hour episode. Like, she's on the East Coast, and we film at night after I go home from work. So, like, I don't know how she keeps talking. But me, I'm just like, we can't do another 2-hour episode. Like, I have things I need to do, and we just don't stop talking.
Just put us two together, and it's funny though, because when we're in person and it's just us two, we are like so silent.
We don't speak.
We don't speak. I come home from the workday, home as in Katie's home. That is my second home. And so I come home from my workday. She's getting home too. We sit on the couch and we're just like dead quiet. I think Garrett does all the talking.
Yeah, because like we're together.
Yeah.
Obviously, we go and do our own thing during the workday, but then like we're living together. So when we have these moments, it's why we don't like to like film when we're actually together, because this is like our legit moment to like catch up. Whereas otherwise, we're just always together. So, it works out. It was really funny though. One time, Eva had flew into town and I had picked up my kids from school, and then we were picking her up, and she was at one of my studios, and we pull into the parking lot. And my son goes, "Oh, we're at Ava's house." I'm like,
I think he made the connection because there was one time I had my luggage with me. Maybe it was that time.
It was that time. We were picking you up with your luggage.
Yeah. And so
you had like gone straight from the airport to there.
Yeah. Yeah. Hans,
it was sweet.
Really?
What is he doing?
He's just like, you know how when dogs, they're like about to circle and lay down, they like start scratching their bed?
Like a cat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He started doing that, but to the carpet right now. I'm like, really, dude? Like, it's not.
Are you ever going to tell people about his anal issues, or
yes.
Is that a protected? Well, I don't want Hans to get. Hans is a dog, if you didn't know.
Hans is my firstborn.
You should give us an update. First we need to hear about it. The viewers need to hear. I don't need to hear about it ever again.
Yes, this will go into part of the reason why we did, so many reasons why the last few weeks we did not film. There was just so much going on in our lives. And one of the reasons was my dog's asshole was leaking.
It's not funny, but it is.
It's funny now. But he had like dried, if this is TMI, fast forward, I'll try to make it as PG as possible, or PG. But no, I'll be cussing. Rated R. So it's actually rated R. I think that includes nudity. We're talking about his asshole. So, there we go. Anywho.
I think you can show dog assholes in non-rated R films.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't wear pants, so you typically see their butt.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's looking at me right now.
He knows you're talking about him.
Saddest eyes. I'm sorry,
it's like,
baby.
This is a traumatic experience for me, Mom.
I'm about to expose you. So, my child, he is a German Shepherd, Husky, Australian Shepherd. What else is he? I think that's it. Anywho, he's a big dog. He's furry. And so I looked at his tail one day, like around his butt, and there was dried blood, just like a ring around his booty. I was like, oh, that's weird. And so I was looking at it, doing some investigation, and Based upon what I investigated, I came to the conclusion that he scooted his butt too hard on grass and got a cut at the base of his tail because that's where majority of the dried blood was like clumped into. I was like, okay, let me clean it, let me wash it. Another week goes by. Boy is stanky as hell. And he's sitting next to me on the couch and he's like fully relaxed. He's with his mama on his back, legs up, spread eagle. And I'm just get a whiff of the nastiest smell I've ever smelt in my entire life. I look over at him, I'm like, ew, dog. And as I look over at him, his butt is like fully open, blood coming out of his asshole. Of course, I start screaming and freaking out like he's dying. And
it's a natural response.
yes, call the vet the next morning and they get us in right away. Of course, when you get there, they scare you with all possibilities leading to cancer.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting in the vet office with my husband, just like holding onto Hans, just like crying. I'm like, I cannot make any decision right now. So thank God my husband was there, made the decisions of like, he needs to be sedated because they need to do a full check because they were trying to do an exam and boy clinched right away. I mean, yeah, you got to have that prison ass ready. So he needed to be sedated. We all need to practice it. You never know. And
I think
so
that's it's like a natural bodily. I don't know. I'm not going to
oh,
speculate.
yes.
I feel like that just everyone.
No, I'm here to tell
I
you.
don't.
I've
don't
I've unfortunately had to deal with a butthole before in my previous dermatology job. And let me tell you, a natural reaction is just to, okay.
So closes it right up.
Yep. That shit closed up real fast. So they had to sedate him. They had to do like a full exam. They did radiology exams on him because there's a few masses that we found that I came to the conclusion because I'm a doctor, they were freely mobile. And I'm like, okay, it's movable. He's not in pain. When I touch it, he's okay. But they did like a full body exam on him. I'm like, while he's out, just like do the whole thing. He's getting older. Luckily, he did not have cancer, but while that time period of him being sedated and checked, I took my ass to the breakfast joint next door, ordered a fat stack of pancakes, hot chocolate. I was crying to the waitress, telling her that my dog is dying. Like, preparing myself for the absolute worst. But homeboy just blew out an anal gland. Just pushed too hard one day.
It's
so
lovely.
I'll give you a full on. It's getting better. He does have a follow-up tomorrow morning, so that's where we'll be. But things seem to be okay for a while. As of last week, it was still a little smelly, not as stanky. There's like a little blood coming out, but not to the extent of what I had previously seen. I did a check yesterday, wiped around, and the things we do for our children.
Yeah, there was this one time I had my sweet dog Chubbs, who passed 2 years ago now. It was like a year and a half ago,
maybe. Yeah.
When she was 3, I had just graduated from college. Garrett and I were living together, with my in an apartment with my brother, and I don't know if I was employed yet. I was like trying to find a job or something, or maybe I had a job, but um, moral story, I had no money. So I take Chubbs out. No, I did because I came home on my lunch break to take her for a walk, and I lived right down the street from where I worked. So I was walking her, and she started peeing blood.
Oh.
And she was only 3. And so I make an appointment, take her to the vet. First thing they hit me with bladder cancer. And I'm
Of
like,
course.
so they like do an ultrasound, they do like urine testing or whatever. I leave the vet while I'm waiting for the results, calling Garrett, calling probably my parents, like hysterically crying, like this dog is my entire life.
Yeah.
And that bitch had a UTI. Okay.
Oh.
So maybe don't tell people the first thing it's cancer because
right.
It was a UTI. She needed some antibiotics, and she was fine.
God bless.
God bless. And she lived
Oh,
to 15, so.
such a beautiful life.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm hoping for with my little boy. He's, gosh, 9. He'll be
Hmm.
9 this year. Um, and then at the same time, Opal got her first heat. We were convinced for a while. So she turned 1 in November and she had not gotten her first heat. And the vet told us with her specific breed to wait until she has her first heat. That way she's like fully developed. That way, I don't know, something with the hips, something down in that area.
I still
And
don't understand any of this
I
logic.
do not understand because I've heard so many different like opinions. And so we're like, okay, let's just wait till her first heat. And it usually happens like before the age of 1. She's just like her mother, a late bloomer. So she got her first heat at, I scheduled her appointment today and they're like, how old is she? I was like, 16 months. You know how people like go by months when you have
Yeah.
like a newborn?
If they're under 2, yeah.
Yeah, if they're under 2, I'm like, oh, she's 16 months. She is.
Like, she's just a baby.
She's just a baby. And yeah, so she got her first heat while Hans's ass was bleeding, her pussy was bleeding. And so we were just a beautiful household during that time.
I hope you don't have light-colored carpet.
It's like a tannish, you know, situation-ish. Yeah. But our bedding is white, and the amount of times in the last week I've had to clean it because her heat, nobody told me it lasts freaking like 2 months. Homegirl's been bleeding since like the end of February. No, like before that, middle of February.
I mean, I think it makes sense in the animal kingdom because there's typically seasons where babies are born in the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm highly invested in Jackie and Shadow, the big bear bald eagles. And their mating season lasts, like, for, like, a couple months too.
Yeah.
So if you're not up to speed with Jackie and Shadow, their first clutch of eggs was attacked by ravens, and they lost them.
No.
And then a month later, she laid a second clutch. They have 2 eggs right now. So we're holding out hope.
Yikes. Send
Um,
in prayers.
Send in prayers. But yeah, no, I mean, I feel like that makes sense. I'm actually surprised your dog was a rescue because all of my rescues, like,
Yes.
they won't give them to you until the dog is fixed. So,
Right. Well, it was like, so she was
well, yours wasn't from
found.
a real rescue, right? It was like,
No, it was just
okay, that's why.
people. So people found her and her siblings and mom tied to a fence in the middle of nowhere. And so they took them in, found a foster family, and then the foster family are the ones that did her first set of vaccines. And then a elderly woman adopted her from there and had her for maybe a month and a half and then realized that she was afraid of what she was going to grow up to be because of her breed. I'm sad for Opal that she's gone through so many homes because then after that she went to the farm where we were taking Hans, and so she lived there for maybe like a month. And then at this point she was 4.5, almost 5 months old when she came to our home. Um, but I'm happy that that elderly woman thought she was going to be an aggressive dog. She is far from it. She's
Little
afraid of
baby.
everything. She's a little baby. She's afraid of her own shadow. Yeah, her new thing now is she's afraid of the kitchen, specifically when
The
I'm
whole
in it.
kitchen now.
The whole kitchen.
Because you talked about the oven before. Now it's the whole kitchen.
The whole kitchen. God
Okay.
forbid I go in there to get a snack.
What
Like,
happens?
she starts like pacing around. She'll like pace around the couch, staring at me and like panting really heavily, and then she'll hide.
Do you guys, like, scold her if she tries to take food?
No. The fire alarm went off once while I was cooking. And so I think she
So it's your
attributes
fault.
it is my fault. And this is why I should not be in the kitchen. And Yeah.
Truly, men should be in the kitchen where they
Men
belong.
should be in the kitchen. Screw you, someone wrote us a review or a comment on YouTube recently
Mm.
saying, "Get back into the kitchen." I'm like, "Sir, you don't want me in the kitchen.
You don't want us in the kitchen,
You
okay?
don't want us in the
We'll burn
kitchen.
the fucking house down, okay?
I'll burn this whole place down. We don't want that." I'm traumatizing my dog by just standing in there, so I cannot be there, okay?
I don't read the comments anymore, so. But thank you for your engagement.
Thank you for the engagement. We'll take it.
Take it. But no, you don't want us in the kitchen. It's a very dangerous place to put
It is a
us.
dangerous place.
You can put me in the Gucci store, Louis Vuitton store. You can put me at a Pure Bar. You can put me, in a nice bubble bath. I'll take. Kitchen? Not really my vibe. I'm great on a phone though, and I love hitting the order on DoorDash. So,
Yes.
love that free membership from my Chase card. Thank you. If you have specific Chase cards, you get a free DoorDash. Like, you don't have to have a DoorDash membership, but you get like the free delivery and I don't know, free other things. If you have one, and then if you have like a certain Chase cards and you tie that card to your account, you
Yeah.
get a free membership. So, more you know.
Shout out Chase.
Shout out Chase.
Cute.
I'm very excited because I just got the Disney credit card. I've been thinking about
That's
it for a
exciting.
while, and then Amy sent me a link.
Yeah.
Because like, if you send people a link to your card, they get the referral points or whatever. And I was looking at the benefits and like for how much Disney vacation we do, it just makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
So,
I love that.
so yeah,
Congrats.
thanks. I increased my credit rating or something.
Credit
Score.
score. Fun.
Yeah, I don't really know how that works, but I have more credit.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. What are we talking about today, guys? We are talking about a lot. So let me just pull out my notes. We are talking about, yes, office politics and for
I
people who
can't
hate them.
wait.
I can't wait because it's not just like corporate office. Like there's politics in any workplace. So
For sure.
buckle up. We are going to get into that in a little bit. We're going to get into our weekend recaps. We've got another spicy email reading, this time courtesy of Ava.
Yay.
I'll read the customer today since you're the one that wrote the responses. And then um yeah, and then we'll get into our main topic. We have lots to talk about in reality / entertainment. I finally watched Tell Me Lies.
Yes. Thank
We're going to talk about that.
God.
Thank
Praise.
God.
I've been
10 years late, but
yeah. I've been dying not talking about it with you. So I'm happy you finally caught up.
yeah. And that's about it.
Cute.
What'd you do this weekend?
Um, I was trying to think of what I did, and we spent a lot of time outside, actually. It was beautiful in Tennessee. The sun's out, people were out, so we were out walking the
Mm-hmm.
dogs, doing the things, being a family. Um, Husband was in the kitchen. I was
Where
on
he
the
belongs.
couch where
Where
he
you
belongs
belong.
and where
I
I
should have added
belong.
I'm great on a couch. I love a
Yeah,
couch.
exactly. I love
Yeah.
couch too.
Yeah, I love couch.
So yeah, we spent a lot of time outside and I almost about died. So after we went on a very long walk around the lake, we went to this grocery store they have such a beautiful vegan pizza that I just love. And so we
Trader
went to
Joe's?
no, it's called Fresh Market. Shout out. I think they're only in Knoxville. But went to Fresh Market, got myself and my husband got himself a pizza. It was like almost 80 degrees out and it was 4, 5 PM. So it was a hot day.
Yeah.
We get back to his car. It's not turning on. We have our
The
children
car
in there
the car that you're
and
gonna road trip across America with?
yep, can't wait. it would not start. And so anytime he put the key in the ignition, the alarm would go off. And I'm like, what the heck? Some wire came loose because this idiot thought he'd be cool and go super fast over a speed bump. And he, as we were in the parking lot next to the supermarket, it's totally empty. He's like, watch this. And just like went full speed over a speed bump, which ended up knocking something loose within the front of the car. So I was not happy, but I played it cool. I was about 1.5 minutes away from losing my shit and just
As you should
getting
have.
Uber for me and the fur babes to go home while he figured it out. That was our weekend. There was something else that happened because it had to do with the dogs and Opal. She was just like bleeding like no other. And so I had to get her diapers. And so, poor thing, just trying to get the diaper on her was traumatizing on its own. So I'm just creating more trauma in this little girl's life.
Truly. And then you're going to get her snipped and she's going to have to wear the cone and it's going to
Yeah,
be a whole thing.
I have to figure that out because I'm hoping my husband can drop her off and then I will pick her up to save her. And then, yeah, she will love me again.
Yeah. I think it's a solid plan.
Yeah. That was my weekend.
My weekend was not eventful in like an exciting way. Unfortunately for your brother, I have no interesting customer service stories to.
I feel like you will because you just did a order of some dresses. So
We'll see. Yeah,
we shall
I
see.
ordered one dress from my kids' school has a Bridgerton themed gala, like their annual gala
Oh,
is coming up. And it's
that
Bridgerton
reminds
themed.
me.
We're not I don't watch
I
that show
watched
anymore.
Bridgerton all weekend,
Oh, okay.
the
I
new
haven't
season.
watched it in like 1 or 2 seasons. Anyway, um, but I cannot wear color or florals, so I'm going for kind of like this edgy Bridgerton look where obviously I'm wearing black. I'm wearing a short dress because my legs are my only appealing quality. And I think the men of TikTok
Not
agree.
true.
And I
Not
so
true, but
it
I will say your legs are hot. Hot dogs.
their dog's all right. So Selkie, shout out Selkie. They have really fun designs that are like kind of costumey, but like still like not like you can still wear them places. They're really well known for the puff dresses. If you've seen those, whatever, that's like their most popular style. Um, anyway, so I ordered one and I need to check. First of all, stuff ships in like you get it in like 2 days, which is great. Maybe I don't know if they're in LA or something, but it comes in like 2 days to me. They're reasonably priced, and I got one that was really cute. It was like corset, fitting spaghetti straps with like a little ruffle detail up here, and then it kind of like poofs out at the waist, and it's got like a lace up corset back. I just have like a severe fear of armpit bulge, so I really don't like wearing
Mm.
sleeveless things. So it was cute, and I haven't returned it yet because if nothing else works out, I'm gonna wear it. And then I ordered 2 more dresses from them, both still black but with sleeves. And I got the shipping confirmation or like the delivery notification today because it got delivered. I haven't opened it yet. And I scrolled down and the 2 dresses I ordered, one says extra, extra small, which as you can tell, she is not an extra, extra small. And then the other,
No, who is? Like,
truly,
who out there is an extra, extra small?
good for you.
Like,
They were just happy to ship that one dress because,
yeah, yeah.
So, and then the other one I ordered was a medium, which is my normal size. And so, I did go back and I checked. I'm like, they sent me the wrong dress. My order confirmation said extra, extra small. I'm sure I just hit the wrong button. So, but I think they have a good return policy, but we'll see.
You were feeling
So,
good that
TBD.
day, you know?
I was feeling spicy.
You're feeling spicy.
Not
You're
enough to
feeling.
order both dresses in an extra, extra small. I just ordered one of the 2 in an extra, extra small, but
Yeah.
Anyway.
Love that.
So yeah, this weekend was full of like children's activities. So my daughter is super into flag football right now. So we had
It's
a game
all
on
the craze
it's all the craze. She
everywhere.
won. Her team's really good. So she's like one of like the like more beginner players on her team, but it's great because last season, which was just a 4-week winter season,
Mhm.
they lost every game. So that was
Oh, yikes.
so this team, they had their first game when the weekend we were in Utah, so we didn't go obviously, and there was a lot of people out of town that weekend, I guess, so they only had enough girls to like field the team, so the whole like those girls had to play the entire game.
Yikes.
So they lost, and then we won by a lot this game, and
That's
the
good.
team's actually really good, but drama.
Ooh,
So
you tell.
during the first quarter, I don't know what happened. I'm just sitting on the sidelines with my wine and the other moms, and we're just gabbing. And all of a sudden, one of the refs just starts yelling at our coach, and like the one coach on each team is allowed on the field like during the game to like kind of help
Right.
the girls. And our coach is filming the ref, and then the ref's yelling at him like, "You want to keep filming me? You're just aggravating me. You want me to get aggravated? Like, just
Yikes.
I'm like, what the fuck just happened?"
Yeah.
So who knows what happened there? I don't know what started it. And then during halftime, the other ref just randomly starts doing push-ups in the middle of the field. I don't know if there was like
Sure.
flexing on the coaches or something. Like he did like 30 plus push-ups. Like good for you, but like what? This is like a kid's game for
Too much testosterone going
third and
on.
fourth graders. Like wild. Too much testosterone at the
Too
little
much
girls
test.
football game. Too much
Yikes.
testes in the ether.
Yeah.
So that was good, and then Saturday
I just
what
love that guy just started doing push-ups
it
like
was the most random thing. I, like
a
no
major
one was really
flex.
paying attention
Whoa.
because it was halftime, and I, like, poked the other parents next to me. I was like, "Do you see this guy right now? He's just, like, just doing push-ups." He didn't even have
Whoever
good form.
If whoever is that man's wife, girlfriend, partner, whatever, yikes. If my husband were
Yikes.
to just, like, out in public, start doing push-ups,
And
I
it's, like,
would
the most cringe thing.
Yeah, I would be so embarrassed. Like, "No, this is not hot. This is cringe. Goodbye.
Cringe.
You
Goodbye.
could find your own way home, okay, Mr. Sir Flex-a-Lot." No.
Wild. Absolutely wild
Wild
behavior.
behavior.
Let's see. Saturday, I dragged my daughter to the studios to sell cookies because this
Slinging cookies.
girl was insistent that she sell 325 boxes so that she could get this sweatshirt. And I'm like, can I just pay $30 for the sweatshirt so I don't have to buy
Anything
whatever
for the merch.
325 times? Well, I know how much it is because I had to send a bill in to the Girl Scouts. $1,800 worth of cookies for the sweatshirt.
Oh
So
my god.
I'm like, you're selling
Is
the
she
rest of this
close
stuff.
to it?
We've sold, I think we have maybe like 40 boxes left, but so we did that. We went to my son's baseball game. I did a lot of like house reorganizing this weekend, which was really
Cute.
lovely. On
So
Saturday
satisfying.
afternoon, we had like a Girl Scout patch party thing. And then we went to dinner with some families from the school. And then Sunday, my daughter was singing in church. And I had intended to go back to the studio to sell cookies before, but I didn't realize it was daylight savings time and there was just not enough time because
Terrible.
the child wouldn't get out of bed. So I texted the girls at the studio. I was like, hey, I'm not going to make it back in. Our cookies were still all set up in the lobby. And I was like, there's a Venmo QR code. Just like, if someone wants to buy cookies, they can just scan the code. It's like an honor system.
Has anyone bought cookies since then?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
We've probably sold like 20 plus boxes in the last couple days.
No way.
I'll just
Shut
get
up.
random Venmos. I sold 3 boxes during 5:30 a.m. today, and I wasn't even there.
We have found what we need to sell instead of retail.
Cookies.
Cookies.
If the Girl Scouts of America heard about this, like, I'm sure we would be banned, which please ban me. I do not want to do these cookie sales anymore.
Take her away.
But I'm like, what are you going to do? I have the cookies, I don't want them. I had to pay for them, you won't take them back, so I'm gonna do whatever I can
Yeah.
to sell them. They're gonna sit in my studio, it's an
You're
honor
not the only
system.
parent doing shit like that.
No. So, highly recommend setting up a residency somewhere and just leaving your Venmo QR code out if you wanna sell some cookies.
There you go.
So, yeah, we did that, and then all of Sunday afternoon, I went to the studio for a little bit in the afternoon, and then I did a massive clean out and reorg of my son's room, which was vastly needed, and then this weekend is my daughter's turn.
Boy.
But yeah, it was busy. One thing I was, about to tell Ava before we started filming, I was like, "I need to save it for the pod." So, it relays into office politics, but
Exciting.
I was feeling hungry yesterday, and didn't have time to bring my lunch. So I was on DoorDash, as one is, and Baja fish tacos popped up on my recommendations, and I was like,
You brought fish into the office.
"No."
Wow.
I ordered a wet bean and cheese burrito with green sauce, and it was fantastic. It was massive. So I ate half of it yesterday, and I put it in the fridge, and then I went to reheat it today. And so whatever, there's 4 we have a pretty big office, so there's 4 microwaves, and it was, like, peak lunch hour. So I had to use one, like, kinda down below, they're, like, stacked, and I put it in, whatever. I go to pull it out, and it's, like, a little bit it's not a little bit, it's a lot hot, and there's, like, the steam and the condensation, like, kind of from the lid.
Yeah.
And the guy above me who's grabbing his food, he was like, "Ooh, that looks hot, hot, hot. Like, do you want me to get you a napkin?" And I was like, "Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm just need to grab it in the right place." And then this group of men walk into the office and they're like or into the break room and they're like laughing. And I was like, "What?" And they're like, "You're just really excited about that burrito. Or you're just really excited about your lunch. What is it?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, "It's a burrito." I think they thought I was the one who was like hot, hot, hot or something. And I was like, "What?" I was like, "It's a burrito that was left over from me." I'm like, "What? Why are you at?" First of all, can we just normalize not asking people about what they're eating, first of all?
Don't talk to me while
And
I'm eating, please. You don't want to see
don't
me.
comment on it. Don't ask about it.
No.
Let me eat my burrito in peace. And like, I wasn't even the one. I literally said no words. I was just grabbing my burrito, and the guy above me, like grabbing his food, was like, "Ooh, that looks hot, hot, hot." I'm like, "What the fuck?" And they're like, so I, like, told them I was getting a burrito, and they're like, "Oh, you just seemed really excited about it."
Who wouldn't be, okay,
And
sir?
I literally said that. I was like, "Who wouldn't be excited about a burrito? Like, don't tempt me with a good time." And then I just walked out of the kitchen. Like,
Mic drop.
what what alternate reality have we walked into that it's acceptable in the workplace or any place for you to comment on me being excited about my lunch when, first of all, it wasn't even me who was doing the talking.
Oh,
But you know what? I am excited about this burrito, and it was good. And I don't care if it was 5,000 calories or 500 calories. I ate it, and that's all.
that's on that.
And how about we stop talking about what women are eating,
Please,
please?
please do not talk to me about what I'm eating. Never.
No, never, never.
Never, never. Well, that was exciting. I'm sorry you had to go through that, but
I
you
survived. I'll
gave
be
it back to
fine.
them, sis.
Right? Like, I'm not just gonna take it laying down.
No, never. We don't
And
do
like, if
that.
you've never been excited about a burrito before, like,
Have
who
you
hurt you?
experienced true happiness in
Have
life?
you been happy ever? Like,
I don't think so.
it is one of the core food groups, okay?
Mhm. That's it. I encourage you. Best burrito I've ever had, and I dream about it every time I'm in California, but I haven't had it in a while because I'm never down that way. Bear Flag. Mm,
Interesting. I've never eaten there.
love. Oh,
No.
that's a disgrace.
So the bungalow in Huntington used to do like a collab with Bear Flag, and you could
Yes.
order food, but I never did because we just drink alcohol.
Mm, that's the problem. That's the problem.
The best burrito I've ever had, I think at it was in downtown LA at this like food hall, maybe by Union Station. Anyway, they have like food pop-ups and one
Yeah.
was called Egg Slut, I remember, but I don't think the
Oh, what
burrito
a
was from
name.
there. I think it was from another one. I couldn't even tell you the name, but I just remember I still think about that burrito, and Kelsey
Yeah.
will know what I'm talking about because she was there with me. Um, yeah, it was good.
Cute. Yeah, burritos, they provide true happiness in life, and that's what I live off of when I'm in California is
As you should. We have the best burritos in the world, besides probably Mexico.
yeah. Yeah. Can't compare,
We have the best
truly.
burritos in the United States, at least. So,
Amen to that. Maybe New Mexico. There okay, I did have the best breakfast burrito in Albuquerque. It I don't even know the name of the place. My husband took me there, and it was, the best thing I've ever had.
so I've never had New Mexico Mexican food. I have been to Texas a lot. I do appreciate Tex-Mex, but it's a different type of. It's not the same as California Mexican food,
No.
and California Mexican food will always be superior.
Yeah, New Mexico is more southwestern, um, which is okay. I do like their green chili. Have I spoken about on the pod my Uber driver in Albuquerque?
You talked about the one that picked you up from the airport in Tennessee, but no.
Oh, no. Well, in Albuquerque, I was just bopping around and as that one bops around, you take Ubers and I asked my Uber driver, "Hey, what are some great restaurants in the area that you recommend?" This man, he goes, "Honestly, McDonald's." I was like, "Oh, no, I was thinking more like a sit down." He's like, "Oh, no, you can sit there." I was like, "Not quite what I was thinking." He's like, "No, you have to go. It's the only place in the world where you can get a green chili Big Mac." I was like, I was thinking
Oh,
more like Southwestern food." He's like, "Yeah, green chili Big Mac is Southwestern." I was like, okay. Thank you for your recommendation, sir."
so did you go? Okay,
No.
but this is what I will say about regional McDonald's, mostly in other countries. You got to try them because Japan, the best hamburger I've ever had from a fast food chain has been at a McDonald's in Japan. The meat is like no other. They just have different standards for food. I remember the one in Rome. I didn't order it, but I thought it was interesting. Had like fried shrimp. The one in Milan had pizza pockets. We ordered those. We literally DoorDashed it at 3 in the morning after the Taylor Swift concert. I don't think we went to one in Paris. I need to add that to the list.
I
But
would be down to have one in Paris only because Mary Kate and Ashley did.
yeah, that was honestly a missed opportunity. But I'm allegedly going back if the world doesn't implode in June. So
Fingers crossed.
I'll get some McDonald's then and report back. But
Yes,
shout out
let me
to the
know.
international McDonald's because you guys are doing the work.
Way to go.
Hold on, I need to text my husband to bring me wine because I'm out.
Anything else from your weekend?
I don't think
That way we can
so.
jump into our dramatic email reading, which I'm so proud of myself for
You
because
should be proud.
I took control.
She did. You didn't
I
even ask me for help.
No, I think when was this? Yesterday? 2 days? I feel like I haven't spoken to you in the
I
last
don't
2
know, but I'm
days.
trying to find it because I need to read for the
Uh,
person. I found it. Okay.
there's like
Um,
multiple emails.
you started the email train, right? Because she had called or something.
Yes. So background on this now previous member. She had emailed, I think Here's the email. November 30th, putting membership on hold. With our membership freezes, there's $15 a month freeze fees. So let's just put that out there to context for the email. But this Monday night, we got a message from one of our staff members saying, "Hi, so-and-so is calling upset about the fact that she was told she was getting a refund of an account credit that was going to go towards her next month's membership payment or her next fee at the studio. And it wasn't applied, and that was her final payment. And she's requesting for a refund immediately." And when I got that message, I'm assuming this was a recent request of a refund. And so I'm going through just 2026 because we are now in March 2026. I'm going through her invoices. I'm like, no, I'm going through text messages and even emails. I didn't look further in the email chains, but I sent her an email. Am I playing myself?
You're playing yourself.
Okay, cool.
This is your moment.
This is my moment to shine.
You did so good.
Thank you. And so I email her. I say, "Hi, blank. Our staff let us know that you called regarding a no-show charge. After reviewing your account, we see that your last class visit was in November 2025 and your final membership payment processed on February," and then I said the date, "which is the most recent charge on your account. We also do not see a recent email or note on your account regarding a no-show or late cancellation being converted into a retail or membership credit. Additionally, we see that you canceled your classes on 2 times in the last week." I said the dates ahead of time outside the 4-hour cancellation window, so no charge was applied to your account. Please let us know if you have any questions. At this time, we are not seeing any no-show or late cancellation fees on your account that need to be addressed.
So she responds back with a screenshot of an email from November 5th, 2025, that apparently she called or texted or something and asked us to refund a no-show fee for whatever reason. "Hi, blank. I wanted to let you know that this is technically Ava who sent it, that we've refunded the $20 no-show fee from your class, and it has been refunded to your account as a studio credit in bold. You can use this $20 credit towards retail purchases this month, or it will automatically apply to your next membership billing. Please let us know if you have any questions. We're happy to help." And then in the body of the email she sent, this email is from November 5th, 2025. "When you guys told me that you would give me back the $20 as a credit in my account, and I could use it towards the next month membership. And since this was my last month, because she had been on a freeze, I was wanting it to be applied to this last payment, which it wasn't. So I'm asking," this is the longest run-on sentence I've ever.
Oh, yeah,
this whole thing is one sentence. Oh my God. I was wanting it to be applied to this last payment, which it wasn't. So I'm asking if I could please get a refund for that back to my account since I'm not coming back to use it as merch. And then Ava responds.
Yes, I respond.
She does.
I respond. Take notes, everyone. Buckle up.
Screenshots, proof, recordings, timelines.
Everything. Right here. So I respond back because I went into her account, went back into 2025, went back into emails in 2025. You know, the fact I have to go into 2025, we're in a new year, honey. Okay.
So when people ask why we make them email for any sort of request regarding their membership, this is why.
Reasons
because it's this reason.
Yeah, I can't rely on having a phone call.
Verbal
conversation. That's why if you see me in person, do not tell me or ask me any membership questions. Email me. Okay. Just email me. I won't remember.
Or you won't remember,
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I respond. The refund issued as an account credit in early November 2025 has already been automatically applied to previous fees on your account. On November 13th, 2025, a class scheduled for 5:30 p.m. was canceled at 2:31 p.m., which falls within the late cancellation window. As a result, a $15 late cancellation fee was applied. $15 from the $20 account credit was automatically used towards this charge. A second fee occurred on November 28th, 2025, when the class was marked as a no-show, which carries a $20 fee. The remaining $5 from the account credit was automatically applied towards this no-show charge. Because the full $20 account credit was already applied to these penalties, there is no remaining credit available and no additional refund will be issued for your recent final payment. For your reference, I have attached screenshots below showing the original account credit along with the timestamps for the late cancellation and no-show fees where the credit was applied. So, I took a screenshot of the verification that the $20 was processed on November 3rd, 2026 as a...
2025.
Oh, 2025. I got that wrong. Oh my God, how dare I? Typo.
We're time traveling.
I am time traveling. Was refunded as an account credit. Screenshotted the refund that it was done as an account credit. Next screenshot is verification of the late cancellation for class on November 13th, 2025. That screenshot shows the class, the time it was canceled, and who it was canceled by. Her. Next, verification of the no-show fee to class on November 28th, 2025. Another screenshot of the class and the time that she did not show up. Verification, next is the verification that the refund as an account credit was set into place and of the late cancellation plus no-show fees that populated as your next payments on your member account. I took a screenshot of the two payments after her refund of an account credit was put into effect. Now here's a verification of $15 out of the $20 account credit was applied towards the late cancellation fee that was processed next day on November 14th, and the $5 remaining of the account credit was used towards the $20 no-show fee on November 29th. And it's a screenshot of the account credit, $15 applied towards the late cancellation fee, and then the $5 applied to her $20 no-show fee.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. And my friends, we did not get a response back.
I know. It's tragic.
Round of applause.
Round of applause. Good job.
It was a lot of work. It was really hard, But I was determined. It was like 10 o'clock Eastern time. I'm sitting on my couch and I said, no,
No, not today, Satan.
Not today. This is going to be answered. She sent me a screenshot, so I thought it'd be, only fair to send her screenshots back.
Hey, you don't want to be greedy and just take the screenshot. You want to give her some screenshots too, like we're sharing.
Something about me, I'm a giver.
You're a giver. You really are.
Truly.
She gave you one screenshot, you gave her like 4. So
I gave her a lot. Yeah,
but you gave her everything, and when
everything, left no room for air except for the embarrassment of my time travel, dating something November 2026.
Who knows? Maybe she'll be back in November of this year, and we'll have another correspondence.
Yikes.
But anywho, that was your reading.
That is your reading. Just the takeaway. Save everything. Emails.
Save.
Do not handle business by word of mouth or face to face or over the phone.
Yeah.
If I do have a phone conversation with someone, I follow up with an email saying, per our conversation over the phone, here is what is going on and the solution and how we move forward. Because, they're always going to come back. We've learned from just over the years, mainly because of chargebacks. That will put you into a state of mind of everything needs to be done by email. Every agreement needs to be signed via DocuSign if you do it over the phone. Sending them like a little code to just like do via text message. No,
No,
no, no,
we
no.
want signatures, IP addresses, everything. I learned this very early on in my career. I remember it was like my first year maybe at my original company I was at, my last company. And there was this man, it was the same guy who ate the chicken wings over the
Well,
floor at the
well,
classic queue. He had told my manager at the time that I don't even remember the full context of what happened, but it had to do something with pillows. Like I was supposed to order these pillows, and I did order the pillows or something. Or there was communication about where the pillows were. Who the fuck knows? For some reason, I'm convinced it was about pillows. But we were trying to close out a project, and there was pillows missing. And so I had sent him an email, and he is claiming that I never sent this email. And so I mean, this is back in 2012. And at the time, we had Lotus Notes with which if you know what Lotus Notes is, good for you. I didn't. I showed up to my first day at this job and I sat down and then my mom called me after my first day and was like, "Oh, how was your first day?" And I was like, "It was great, but we used some like weird system called Lotus Notes." Like in school I used like the Microsoft Suite and everything. Like I had never heard
yeah.
of Lotus Notes. And my mom's like, "Oh my God, people still use that? We used that in like the 80s." This company was very behind technology-wise. They
Okay.
caught up in, like, recent, not just recent, but they caught up quickly. But, yeah, we started with Lotus Notes, and it literally looked like an old Nintendo, like, operating system, like the original Nintendos. Like, it was so whatever. But we had, like, the data servers or I don't really know how technology works, but, like, basically, depending on your level in the company, you had limits to how much email storage you were given, and mine was,
Oh,
like, 0. Like, weekly, I had to go through and
no.
clear out my emails because it kept saying it was at my max storage, and so I
Yikes.
had to delete my emails all the time, and so I was like, "I sent him this email, but I had to delete like, I have to clear out my email
No.
every week because of the storage restrictions that we have." Anyway, so save everything, document
Save it all.
everything because
Document it
people will
all.
come for you, and you know
They
what?
will.
If you can screenshot my kid's school, so love the place, but all the parents or all the families have to do 20 PIP hours a year, which is the parent involvement program or something. Basically, you have to volunteer for like approved things. 20 hours of your time, or they bill you whatever you have left at the end of the year, $20 an hour for however many hours you didn't do.
Dang. Opal does not agree with that.
Opal does not like it.
No.
So I signed up. One of the hot items that gets signed up for at the start of the school year is to be the gala basket organizer for your kids' classroom. So every classroom has like a basket that they do for
No.
the gala. You get your full 20 hours of PIP just for doing that. So uh, literally, here's a customer service story, Jobido. I screenshot today because I log into my PIP account because I was donating to the mother son event tomorrow night. And I was gonna gift my PIP hours to someone else because I was like, "Oh, no, I did the gala basket, I already have my full 20, I don't need these other 4 hours." And I log into my account, and they gave me 15. And so I email with a screenshot from the gala coordinator who emailed all the parents asking for volunteers and saying, "You get 20 hours if you organize the basket." I was like, hi, I only got 15 hours for this, like, here's the email where it says I was gonna get 20, and I will say that the preschool and the elementary school are, like, technically 2 separate things, and one of the ladies at the preschool was, like, emailing the school to, like, confirm that I did the basket or whatever, and which is a lot of work. Like, I obviously donated stuff from the studio, but I got donations from lots of other businesses too, like, it wasn't just a Pure Barre basket, I got stuff from a variety of other businesses. It takes time and work. I have to go pick up all the things, like, whatever. It's no less work than the elementary school parents have to do
Yeah.
for their baskets. It's the same thing. She did say, she was like, "I don't know if they give out PIP hours the same way for elementary school as they do for preschool, but Like, I'll let them know that you did it." And I was like, "Well, the email I got said I was gonna get 20 hours." And then, of course,
Yeah.
now I got 15. I'm like, there was no less effort given and we pay more to go to the preschool. The preschool is more expensive than elementary school. So it's like,
Wild.
give me my PIP hours.
Give it back to her.
Give it back to me. Anyhow,
Well, screenshots,
screenshots, I had them.
timeline, everything. Well, let us transition into our main topic, and I'm going to have you just kind of like take it away and see what I can like build off of.
All right, so our main topic today is office politics for people who hate office politics and how to survive the game without being someone that you hate. And if you don't realize you're not in a game, you're probably losing the game because office
Possibly.
politics exists anywhere. Like, this is work. Everyone's trying, probably not at our studios because they're all just gems of humans that,
Yeah.
and it's not their primary job for the most of them. So, um, probably not. But you might have experienced it perhaps at the dermatology clinic or
Maybe.
other places where you would have worked. But really, what we're going to talk about, God, you have a stinky breath, dog. Um, what people think office politics are, what they really are, and some experiences that at least I've had, potentially Ava, maybe they'll
Potentially.
come to her.
Yeah.
And
It'll float to me.
so um a lot of times I think office politics people think are about like gossiping or
Mm-hmm.
backstabbing or manipulating people, and that's the obvious signs of it. And
Yeah.
I don't even know that I would call that office politics. I think
Office
one
bullying.
word, that's just bullying. That's just straight rude.
That's just straight rude.
Um, straight rude. One thing, it's posturing. It's who gets what office and why. Or like who sits where and why. Um, it's sending an email and copying your manager when you didn't need to be copying that person's manager, not
Yeah.
yours. Or it could be copying your manager because you want to like bring in the big dogs like out the gate, right? Like all of those things are office politics. It's like calling out someone for eating a burrito on a Wednesday, like whatever. Let me eat my
Yes.
burrito.
Sure.
Um, but it's really about gaining influence, power dynamics, and relationship building or relationship maneuvering. And that's what we're gonna dive into today.
Talk to me, Goose.
I don't like talking. I like when you talk.
I already have like a few things flowing, but I don't know if it would be politics, but experiences of items.
Yeah, and I think that this can a lot of times like it relates to human behavior. And so even if it's not directly in the workplace, it's
Mhm.
how you engage in relationships with people. Like,
Mhm.
how are you trying, like, what are you trying to get out of people to get what you want? And how are you going about doing that? Like, what
Mm.
is your end goal and what are you going to do to get there? And a lot of times that involves politicking around different scenarios or occurrences or people or like whatever that may be. Um, One thing I, like, absolutely can't stand is posturing. So I'm gonna talk a lot about posturing because it is so irritating, and 99% of the time, people can tell when you're doing it, so you just make yourself look ridiculous. So don't do it. But posturing is, like, making sure you're, like, announcing to people, like, your position or, like, what you have or, whether that's being flashy, like, not in a workplace with, like, your lifestyle or whatever, like, that's absolute like, whether it's on social media, like, if you see people, like, flashing certain things, like, that's posturing. They wanna make sure people know that, like, they have it, right? Like, they made
Yeah.
it. In the workplace, it can look as, like, inserting your title after something in, like, an email or,
Oh, I do that.
well, you at the if you're explaining to someone who doesn't know you who you are, that's different. But like,
Yeah.
it's more like with coworkers, like, well,
Yeah.
as the vice president or
Oh,
as
I
this
would never.
director, like, right, like this is my take on things. Like, that's
Yeah.
absolutely posturing.
No.
Or like fighting for this happened at my last company. Like someone was like really fighting for this one office because it was slightly bigger than the other standard size offices because he thought he deserved it. And
Okay.
he was a trash human and absolutely did not deserve it. And he didn't get it at the end of the day. But I'm like, you have Napoleon syndrome and you are trying to n- like dick measure and get the bigger office. I'm like, first of all, I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck who gets this office. Like, let's be real. But you, I'm a higher title than you. You actually don't deserve the office. I didn't even end up getting it either. Um, I didn't fight for it, but in the back of my brain, I was like, I knew he wasn't gonna get it, so I just didn't say anything. But like, I'm like, you just look like so ridiculous right now. Like,
You look
trying
so
to get
dumb
it
right
because you're trying to make
now.
yourself look more important by getting a slightly bigger office. Like, who the fuck cares? Like,
Yeah.
who cares? So that's okay. Any initial thoughts come to mind while I regroup on my next round of TED Talks?
A few. Do you have, besides that, do you have any other like examples of times it's happened to you in the workplace?
I think like one thing that comes to mind is like when I was a manager of people and them
Mhm.
always wanting to feel like I acknowledged publicly their achievements, which I do think is important.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like every time you do something good, I'm not like, I don't need to send out an email about it, right? Like
No.
you're trying to posture and make yourself look like because you want other people to see how great you're doing, sweetie. And like maybe you are. But, like, does it need to be stated all the time? Probably not, and that's them trying to especially if it's people that, like, had underperformed, I feel like
Mhm.
when they do perform, they go the extra mile of, like, really wanting that public affirmation of, like, "You did good on this," and, like, "This person was responsible for this thing," which
Yeah.
I I get to a level, but also it's like you just wanna change the narrative about you, and, like, I think there's a really respectable way about doing that that's not public. I think a lot of those wins are driven in personal connections you make with people in the workplace and
Yeah.
gaining, like, cheerleaders and supporters for yourself without your manager having to, like, put you on this platform saying, like, "Look how amazing this person is." If that's the only way you're getting it, it's because you haven't made those connections and those personal relationships with people to build that rapport naturally. And so
Yeah.
I think those connections are way more important than anything that your manager can be saying about you or public email announcements or like any of that. I think
For
that
sure.
that's a lot of BS and like is like a nice to have, but also like a lot of people probably don't even read it. I
Yeah.
really value, like, genuine connections and relationships I build with people, and then you don't need to be manipulative about it because you have that foundation with people where you can really rely like, they know you can do the work, they know you're a good person, they know what you can help bring to, like, their work as well, like, how you
Yeah.
can help benefit them. It's a two-way street, right? Like, you have to be able if you want people to support you, they have to know how you're gonna support them, like, that's just how people are. Right? It's never gonna be like, take, take, take. You have to give stuff back too, and if you're not willing or able to do that, then you are gonna have to default into these, like, posturing and manipulative relationships because that's all you have because you haven't built it naturally.
Yeah. No, I agree too. And I'm all about personal connection over here.
You are,
I
and for me,
try.
it's work, and that's what's challenging for me is that
Yeah.
though that is effort and that is work, but
Yeah.
that's where I put in like, I had made, um kind of a mistake, like, it was just, uh, I think it was a bit of a misunderstanding, but regardless of what it was at my work recently, even though it wasn't a decision I made personally, I, like, reached out to the person who kind of had impacted, and I was like, "I'm so sorry this happened, like, that wasn't my
Mhm.
intention," like, and he wasn't even expecting, like, I don't think he was, an apology, but I was just, like, serving up humble pie. I was like, "You know what? I made you like, this happened, and you might have felt a certain way about it, and, like, I'm sorry about that," and, like, sometimes you just have to do that. You can't just, like, hold your ground and be like, "I'm right all the time." Like, I'm happy to admit
No.
when I'm wrong, and I want people to see that, like, even though I can be cold and I don't wanna share my personal life at work, and I don't wanna, like, you know, go to lunch with you every day. That I actually do care about, like, people that I work with. It just it might come across in a different way, but, like, it will always be about the work and, like, making sure that they feel valued and respected.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And truthfully, there's only room for one work wife, okay?
No, there's not room for any more. We don't have any
Yeah.
more time. This my inbox is full, and it's with Ava, so
Sorry.
sorry.
I'm flooding it over there.
Yeah, it's great, you
Yeah.
know? But I kind of feel like you were, without like talking out of turn, we talked a little bit about like when we first started working together,
Mhm.
a little bit of like, I don't know if defiance is the right word, but just kind of like a wall up you had with me.
Oh, yeah.
It was almost, and I think you've said it, so I don't feel like I'm misquoting you, but if I am, yell at me. Uh,
Will do.
where you were like, I've been here since the beginning. This is like you don't know anything. Like you didn't say it in that way, but you know what I'm getting at.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And yeah, that's a great example of politics within the studio and just like within our relationship, our working relationship. And um, yeah, I was beyond prideful because I have been there since day one. I was like, well, I've seen this, I've seen that. But you have to know when, like, to take a step back and take the pride out of the work and
Mhm.
allow for feedback, allow for different suggestions within the business because you don't know it all. No one knows it all. Does anyone know what they're doing? No. No. But yeah, agreed.
I think one thing that was really hard for me in the corporate world of being a people manager is that, like, performance evaluations and raises are kind of artificial, and I think, like, once I realized that, it's like there's a number that departments in the company has to hit, like, there's a total number like, amount, which makes like, as a business owner, like, I get it, like, I can only give out so much money a year in raises or bonuses or whatever, like,
Right.
so I understand it, but I felt like there was before I completely understand it, I put so much effort into, like, fighting for certain people to get, like, a raise or a certain rating on their performance evaluation, and then to be told, like, "Oh, you actually have to give them this rating on their evaluation even though they deserve a higher rating." That means that ties directly into a percentage we have to give them as a raise, and we don't have that in the budget, so you have to actually rate
Mm,
them lower than they actually were. Like, that shit, like, fucking kills me,
that's
and
terrible.
I'd rather just be honest, like, "Yeah, you exceeded this year, like, you crushed it. This was your rating,
Yeah.
but this is all I can actually give you pay-wise." Like, and eventually that was made clear to me, and I get, like, there has to be some level of maturity in the role in the company to kind of be able to take that and understand it, but I was like, "Well, thank you." Like, at least I know how it works now, right? Like, at least I don't have
Yeah.
to, like, fight for something I know is unattainable,
Mhm.
um, whether it's for myself or for people on my team. So, now I'm very much in, like, the era of, like, I'm just gonna do my best work. I'm not gonna fucking kill myself, and whatever I get, I get. I'm just gonna be, like, bopping along,
It
happy
takes
as a little peach.
Yeah, it takes, like you said, maturity to get to that point, but it's also hard. It depends on what season you're into, where you're at personally within, like, family, whatever it is, your surroundings, and it's hard because I feel like you've said it before, especially in the corporate world, you're just a number.
Yeah.
So, the late nights, the late hours you do. I mean, I was guilty of this the other day of working till the wee hours, but it's like no one's giving you a award. You're not gonna get a raise because you worked until 11 or 12 o'clock at night, you know?
No.
So, but man, at what point were you made aware of that when you were managing people?
Probably my last 2 years at the
Okay.
company. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it was, like, well over 10 years before I, like, really realized how that worked.
Dang.
Yeah.
That would have been so frustrating of like, "Hey, even though they exceeded here, you need to rate them this because this is all that we have in the budget."
And that's essentially where I learned it the first time is I thought this person on my team had done really good work that year, and there was, like, a
Yeah.
5 it was, like, a 5 rating system, so it was, like, greatly exceeded, exceeded, met, partially met, or did not meet expectations, and I wanted to rate this person exceeded, and they were like, "Well, this translates into this raise, and we don't have that in the
Yeah.
budget, so we need you to rate them as partially met." I'm like, "But that just feels fucking shitty." Like,
Right?
take out just give people whatever raise your budget can afford, but still allow them to feel like they're doing good work. Like I, I it sucks to have to like, because then I have to deliver it like verbally
Mhm.
and on paper. I have to write it, and it's something that I don't like believe to my core, and that is a really hard
Well,
like thing to get past. Is like telling this person they only partially met expectations, but I actually think that they exceeded them, and like it just I felt like morally compromised in that position where it was just
right.
like I'm so glad in my current role. Like, I do enjoy, like, working with people and training people and have people, like, look to me. So I do enjoy that aspect of people management, but remember when I was applying for this role and or interviewing for it, and they were telling me, like, "Well, you manage a large team now, just so you know, you're not gonna have any direct reports in this role." And I was like, I think I'm good with that for a little bit, and I've told my manager recently, like, one day I'd like, maybe like to have a direct report, like, again, like, I do enjoy that relationship. I do not miss the political aspects of managing people, like,
Mm-mm.
at all, at all. Having to get
Yeah.
involved in, like, conflict or dispute between someone who worked for me and someone else, or,
Ugh. Yeah.
like, the pay, the ratings, performance evaluations I hated doing, like, um, if they weren't, like, amazing. And
Right.
then if they were amazing, but I had to tell them that they weren't amazing, like, they were just okay. It was like
That's hard.
yeah.
I I enjoy doing evaluations, but I think the hard ones are very hard to have that conversation
Yeah.
because typically they don't see the areas of opportunity that we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's what makes it hard sometimes. Um,
Have you
gosh,
ever had someone cry?
when I was giving them a
Mhm.
uh, maybe. It was more in training, like training new
Yeah.
teachers. Ev You're bound to cry.
Everyone cries.
Everyone
If you
cries in
haven't
that
gone through,
process.
Pure Barre teacher training, it's amazing, and we hope you all become teachers, and we love it, but the training process is intense and everyone cries.
It's
I
hard.
cried, and I'm not crying.
I cried. I cried during the, um, initial training when it was in person for 4 days in Denver. I cried every single day. I, like, cried myself to sleep because I felt so stupid. But, it made me feel better that other people were having a hard time too.
What's, like, so annoying about me is I was just, like, the pinnacle of teacher training because I am very good at, like I sound so annoying right now. I think I'm very good at, like, reading people and situations and, like,
Yeah.
inferring things, and when we got to the end of teacher training for the round robins, um, I was assigned warm up, which in my brain, I was deducing, like, who all the stronger trainees were,
Yeah.
and they were all assigned to warm up, and so I got assigned to warm up, and I was like, "That's it, I made it. I'm a great teacher."
Wow.
And I just had confidence from there on out.
Dang.
And then my reform test out video came around and I accidentally hit a button on the mic or on the remote to change the song, and I yelled out "fuck" on the mic, and Ava just stared at me, and she got so
A stare
Do you
that
remember
you do
that?
want to see.
She
No,
was
I do.
so mad.
I
And then I
do.
also, like, during one like, halfway through the class during, like, one of the sections, I don't remember which one, I totally blanked on my that was just a bad day for me. I totally blanked on my choreo, and I just, like, looked at Ava, and thank God she was there because she just started, like, doing it, and so then it, like,
Yeah.
re-clicked in my mind what I was supposed to say.
Yeah.
But, we're all human, we're not perfect.
No, we are not. Yeah. That's a stare you don't wanna see from me.
No. It
I
was
don't
I was
I don't
scared.
give it often, but when I do, I don't even know if I can do it just, like, on cue, but
Well, then we had to start the class over, and in
yeah.
today's day and age, we probably could have just edited it out, and because there was a couple where, like, the music stopped working or, like, something happened, and we were like, "Oh, the lights, like, turned off," or,
Yeah.
I don't know, like, something, like, there was a little
Yeah.
blip in the video, and it was fine, uh,
Right.
but we weren't that savvy with video editor at the time.
No.
This was
No, no, no.
2021.
Yeah. Yeah. You have one take and one take only.
And then, like, some people had to leave because, like, I remember, like, I think Amy had to leave because she
Yeah.
couldn't stay, and, like, so then, like, the people in the class, like, it was a
It
smaller group,
slowly
and
dwindled down. It's fine. It got done. Look at you now.
I think we went
Uh,
to Zov's after, didn't we? Me, you, and Emily? The other
yes.
Emily? Yeah.
Yeah. We
What's
had
up, Emily Rod?
what up, girl?
She's pregnant.
I
Again.
know.
Super exciting.
Again, number 2.
Number
Wild.
2.
What is
Choo
time?
choo. What is time?
But I'm trying to think of some office politics and like situations I've been in. I know it was hard to do for my boss at the dermatology office, but this was when I don't even know if I was a medical assistant yet or if I was at the front desk, but there was an individual that worked there that was pretty scary. She was like very scary. She um just kind of had erratic behaviors. And I would like pick up on some things, not only me, like everyone in the office would pick up on things that she would do, that she would say, and it just wasn't comfortable. And she was very paranoid of like everything. And so there was one time, oh, it was when I was at the front desk. Me and the other front desk gal, we were just chit chatting and we started laughing. I don't even remember what we were talking about. It had nothing to do with her. But she walks up during the moment we start laughing and she goes off and starts getting upset at us, saying that we were talking about her, that we were laughing at her and making fun of her. I was like, we weren't even talking about you. We don't care.
We
Like,
don't care enough.
we don't care enough. Like, you're creepy. Go away. And
What?
we didn't say that, but
Okay.
um, the girl I worked with, she was very vocal about it. I was like, agreed. Like, we were not talking about you at all. Like, roll the tapes. Like, I don't
Roll the
know.
tape.
She then, I like get up. I was like, I don't want to be part of this. Like, we're at work. There's patients about to walk in. Like, I do not want to be part of this. I walked away from the desk and I'm like, I'm just going to go to the bathroom. Like, you guys, like, I don't want to be seen with you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to get in trouble. And so I walk away and I'm start walking towards the bathroom. She's behind me. She pulls me into one of the patient rooms, closes the door, and starts threatening me.
My God.
And so I was scared for my life. I'm just like praying and hoping that the girl that I worked the front desk with saw that interaction and saw her pull me in because there was no one in the hallway. I think everyone was like in different patient rooms with other people. And then within like maybe a few seconds, our office manager walks in and like, it's like, what the hell is going on? And pulls her out. And I was just like so shook and startled. I had no words. I think I just started crying. I was like, I was afraid. This girl's
Yeah.
scary. And so I was afraid to come to work the next day. I had texted all the girls. I'm like, we need to walk up together. I need a posse with me just in
You
case I
need
get
the
beat
gang.
up. I was afraid. And like other people were afraid of her in the office too. She was just spooky. And so I come into the office. She's not there. And we're like, whew. But we're just like anticipating her being there. And then our main doctor who owns the practice walks in. She's like, so she's going over the situation that happened yesterday. She wasn't there, but she was made aware. She has cameras in the office, and so she reviewed the cameras of, like, everything that was said the moment that she, like, pulled me into the patient room, and her knowing that there's no cameras in the patient room either,
Yeah.
and so she was fired immediately.
Yeah, she should be.
I was yeah, but that's hard too as, like, a business owner, I'm sure, of, like, "Okay, my staff member felt threatened, and, like, what do I do?"
Yeah.
But girl was spooky. Anywho, I don't know if that falls into politics of The Office.
I do think it does. It was like she was in the bullying territory of
For
like
sure.
trying to manipulate things in her favor by like
Yeah.
literally locking you in a room and
Yeah.
like going in on you and trying to like put fear into you to like not talk about her even though you weren't even
For
talking about
sure.
her.
For sure. And part of my job at working the desk was keeping um note of inventory because we had products that we would sell. And
Yeah.
then also my job was counting the cash at the end of the day. And ugh, I was special. Only I and the office manager and the owner of the practice knew the code to the lock or to the safe. And
Mhm.
so I would put X amount of cash into that safe. And then as I was doing inventory, I started noticing like things not adding up. I'm like, there's no way I miscounted that last week because I would do it weekly. Friday, every Friday, I count inventory and then I'd go through
Mhm.
all the purchases from the week, all the cash that we received, and things started not adding up. I was like, that's so weird. So I'd like redo it and then I get the same number. I was like, how? And so I brought it to the office manager. I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm afraid someone's stealing from the office. And she's like, okay, just keep note of this. Let's look at it again next week. And then I did the inventory the next week later. And again, things weren't adding up from like what I have notated that we sold, the credit card, the cash, all the totals. I was like, it does not add up to what we have in
Yeah.
stock. And so that's when, again, tapes were pulled and same person was seen coming to the office like an hour early before everyone else and would just hang out and then go into one of the patient rooms for like a very long period of time and then not be seen until she heard someone come into the office.
Mm.
So we think some funny business was happening there.
We had an employee like that we ended up firing at the studios.
Yes.
And I think we talked about this before, but like she we kept getting complaints about her. She would talk negatively about us to other staff and clients and like it would get back to us. Like they would tell us this was happening. She was in a semi-manager role and
Opal.
there was this one class where she basically asked a teacher to demo for her and this was all reported to us. Like
Yeah,
we have so many better things to do than sit there and watch cameras all day. Like, we literally only watch them if something gets reported. And
for sure.
so, some multiple clients plus another staff member complained about this one particular incident where she was just like walking in the middle of the room with her coffee mug, like her shit don't stink, and made another person who was there to take class who was a teacher like demo for her. And then so whatever, we called her out on it, we, like, wrote her up for it, we're like, "This is not how you should be teaching a class per
or
your
represent
training." Yeah,
your studio and your role in this way.
right. Like, you're supposed to be a manager, you're setting an example for other people, like, this is not part of our, like, standards and code of conduct or, like,
And
whatever.
it was a big weekend too. We were launching a brand new format that nobody had
Yeah,
experienced yet, and this is their first experience.
it was a wild. So we went back and watched the tapes to validate what had been reported to us by multiple people, and then, like, the next week, she's complaining about it to someone in the studio, like, and it got back reported back to us, like, "They're just watching me all the time on cameras, no one would complain about me." I'm like, "You're delusional if you think people like you, like, first of
Well,
all." The only reason we knew that this happened is because multiple people filed complaints about you, and that's the only reason we went to validate what they were saying, because we like to make sure before we just assume what people are saying is true, that it's factual, which brings me
mhm,
back to the what you can take away from this conversation as, um, how to protect yourself when there is a political environment at play. And one of them, we've talked about it a few different times, is to document things. So, document important conversations. So, that's why we only let people do anything related to their membership or transactions be done via email, because we want the receipts. Like, we're not obviously, if someone brings a retail item back to return it or exchange it, they process it immediately, right?
mhm.
But if it's something that's not physical, it's contractual,
Yeah,
it's going to be on email 100%. Or if it's something that we need to investigate, it's something that we have on video that we can go back and reference. So protect yourself with documentation, first of all.
oh,
Um,
sorry,
one
she's having
thing
bad dreams.
that, yeah, oh, poor girl. One thing that this person who I referenced at my last company, who was very into, like, posturing, he ended up getting, fired mainly because he was terrible at his job, but, um, he was spreading a lot of gossip about me, and I would say avoid participating in that, like, w don't fe and, like, same thing with the girl at the studio, like, it was all gossip with her all the time, and, like, avoid getting into that, because when you do, people find you less credible. I'm just gonna say that right now, whether it's
For sure.
in a corporate environment, in a small business environment, in a friend group environment, like, the more you gossip about people and, like, come across that way, it makes what you say less genuine. So,
Absolutely. Take, for example, what I just shared. I
yeah,
walked away from the conversation that was being had. I was like, I'm not going to be part of this. Like, we need to be doing our job. We're like the face of this office.
and you were
So,
believed, whether,
yeah,
like, rather if you would have stayed and, like, participated in whatever that conversation was, it could have been like a she said thing, like, "Oh, you were
yeah,
mean to me, I was mean to her," like, whatever. But because
yeah,
you chose to walk away and exit the situation, it makes you more believable. Not that you even, I think, maybe even reported it, but, like, it got back that, like, no, she was trying to, like, walk away from it and not take part in it, and this person literally, like, followed her and locked her in the room.
yeah. And that's
Yeah.
where I fall short of just being nice to everyone because this girl thought she was my friend too. I'm like, no.
No.
I was just being nice to her, and I think that's what triggered her was her thinking I was gossiping when I was not. I was just laughing at what my fellow friend had said that had
Yeah.
nothing to do with her. But I think because we laughed and then we saw her walking up, we just like, I don't know, the conversation stopped.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was not her, but she assumed. That was
Um,
great.
that's great. Another thing is choosing, like, neutral or, um, like, intentional language when things get heated. So, like, not,
Mm,
and again, I think you did a really good example of that. I'm just like, "I'm just gonna walk away." And, like, knowing when to leave a
yes.
toxic situation, whether that's temporary or permanent. Like, for you, that was a temporary situation where you, like, needed to leave the situation
Oh, yeah.
temporarily, where, like, me realizing, like, I was in a position that, like, wasn't serving me and it was
Uh-huh.
creating a toxic environment for myself. I
Yep.
needed to leave that permanently, right? Like, knowing when to make those choices is really important. Um
Absolutely.
and then also, I think knowing when to, like, escalate something or step back, and this was something that happened recently to me, is, like, you don't if you immediately copy someone's manager or, like, ask to speak to the manager or the owner or whatever, or, like, copying someone's boss on something that could have been resolved in, like, a 2-second conversation, like, that's immediately putting up the defenses and the guard of, like, the other person, and it's not gonna result in, like, a conducive working relationship. Like, you immediately copying in someone's boss is saying, like, "This person did something wrong, and I want them to know about it." And, like, the situation I had, I actually hadn't done anything wrong, and I was validated in, like, everything that transpired after that. Um, and I called that person, I was like, "Next time you have a question about something you think I might have done, just call me. Like,
Just
I'm
call.
happy to
Just
explain
come
it
to
to
me.
you, but, like, immediately copying in my manager on something is, like, not gonna get you anywhere with me. It's actually
Yeah.
gonna make me, like, respect you less and trust you less, and, like, that's not a working relationship I wanna have with you. So, let's call a spade and say, like, whatever your intention wasn't received in the way that perhaps you intended it, or it was received in the way you intended it. I'm not gonna assume anything. But going forward, like, give me an opportunity first, and if you still like, at some point, yes, if you're not getting what you need out of someone, at some point, you might need to escalate it. That should never be your first response, is to escalate something to someone's boss. No.
Communication. It's it's huge. It's key.
It's key,
We need more of it in the world. That's why I'm trying to
truly.
train our little sales associates.
They're
Pick up the
such
phone.
cuties.
Pick up the phone.
Do you remember the
Chat.
days when we didn't call anyone
Yeah,
and
I had that
associates were just,
conversation
like, warm
recently.
bodies?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had that conversation with someone this week. Like, yeah, there was a time where we did absolutely nothing.
You just sat
And
there
just
and
thought,
cleaned.
you know, if we build it, they will come. They did not come.
They did not come.
No. Lies. Deception.
Lies.
Well, thank you for that amazing topic, my friend. You are a true star. Shine bright.
Shine bright, shine far,
Be a star
wherever
where
you
you
are, be it
where you live,
where you are, be
be
a
a star.
star. Did you see, Lindsay Lohan escaped,
Yes,
Dubai
I
today?
saw her arrive in LA with child and crew.
Iconic.
Happy for her.
She's amazing.
Speaking of iconic, we're going to go into our reality recap. And an iconic season, an iconic show ended, and Katie finally caught up. I'm so excited to talk to you about it. Tell me lies. Just overall thoughts.
I really enjoyed it. I don't I'm not one that, like, needs to watch softcore porn all the time,
Mhm.
like, every episode. Some of and this is what I feel like about sex scenes in some shows. I think if it serves a character development or plot purpose, sure.
Right.
I think that some parts of the show was just gratuitous, and I just was like, "I don't need to see these people having sex all the time."
Correct.
I
I fully
understand it
agree.
served to a point, character development and, like, understanding who they are as people.
Yes.
Some of it I was like, "Okay, I just come on."
Specific characters, I understood it needed to be shown. It was Steven and Lucy, obviously.
Yeah,
Wrigley and his character development. Um,
first, perhaps.
yes,
He developed and what I do appreciate is the character development we saw with him, like,
yes,
later on when he was having less sex scenes and, like, more of, like, who he is as a person. I think the thing with Steven
well,
and Lucy is they are, like, nothing beyond their, like, terrible
physical.
physical selves,
Yeah,
where I think, like, the characters that naturally had more depth when they were allowed to show that, I think that was more important than showing them having sex.
agreed. Fully agree.
So Wrigley, you're my king, and we love you.
Wrigley is king. He could do no wrong other than the hair on his head. Whatever terrible wig they put on that poor man's head for the final episode. Like, we could have done better. Wardrobe department, hair department. Okay.
Speaking of hair, I was like live chatting as I was watching the final season, or like text chatting, whatever. Ava and Kelsey in our group chat, my reactions as I was watching it. And I was like so irritated with Bree's haircut. If you follow me on social media, you'll know the third season. I'm like, they literally butchered her hair. She was so pretty, and like they made her look like a little man. And then I got to the last episode, and I actually probably second to last. Was it second to last? No spoilers here. Whenever I realized it was before the wedding scene,
Yeah.
whenever I realized that she was the one that it was before she went back to her dorm room and smashed the flash drive thing. I texted Kelsey and he was like, "Oh fuck, she released the tape, didn't she? That got
Yes.
Lucy expelled." Not that Lucy was a good person, but like she didn't deserve to be kicked out of school. And
No, she did. She needed to get out of that place, and she couldn't do it
well, she
herself.
did. She did, but like the way that it happened and like the reason
Yeah, the
that
way
Bree like distributed it sucks.
Bree did her a
That was
favor
a very
in
toxic
my eyes.
workplace for Lucy.
That was all of their friendships toxic. Toxic,
Oh,
toxic, toxic.
100%. I do appreciate at the end Diana and Pippa. I think they're like
Yes.
super cute, and I'm glad they like
So
found their
cute.
ground. Wrigley needs to get the fuck away from Bree. She's also trash
See,
and
I
deserves her
loved
haircut.
Bree. No,
I
I
did
loved
until
Bree.
the last two episodes. You still like her?
I still love her. That's my girl.
She threw her best friend under the bus and got her expelled from school.
Yeah.
Ruined her life, in the words of the other people on the show. She was cheating on her fiance for months with his best friend before the
Well,
wedding.
when you put it like that, but I just like
She's
only
a
see her.
terrible human.
When I see her and Wrigley, all I see is just like happiness.
But if you appreciate Wrigley, you would
Yes.
appreciate that she
I
was
do
using him
appreciate
for money
Bree.
because Evan's family had money. Like, she's a trash human.
She needed stability in her life, but yeah, it was a great show. Loved it.
I was going into the last episode and I was like, which I assume most of
Right.
America thought, there's
Yes.
no way they're wrapping this show up. And then the last like 10, 15 minutes when everything hits the fan at the wedding, I'm like, okay, they did it.
The biggest bomb drop. What were your thoughts of Lucy and Steven in that final scene?
Like where he leaves her at the gas station.
Yes.
I think it was the perfect ending for them. I think it's what she deserved. And I think it proved that he's never going to change and he is who he is. And
Yes.
maybe now she finally gets it. Probably not, but
there's so many theories online. I've seen that theory, and then I've seen the other theory of her finally listening to Diana of saying, you need to find a way to make him feel like he won at the end.
yeah.
And that's the only way you can have full peace and be like gone with him is that he needs to make the decision that he won. There's nothing left that you can give to him, and he can fully leave you alone. And you
I
can
really
be at
like
peace.
that. And I think that that's very valid.
So she made him believe that he still had control over her. So she went in the car with him. But knowing my girl Lucy, that's not the case. She ain't that smart. She full on, I think she wanted him back.
Do you need something?
Just wondering when you're going to be done.
We're almost done. Can I have a little bit more wine?
Talking about tell me lies.
Pepper's vagina stinks. Can you take her outside?
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to go to the.
She needs to go to the vet.
Yeah, they have an anal.
You don't want them.
Anal glands too.
Need to get that shit
I mean, I guess we
suppressed.
all have anal glands, but she needs to get them. Do we have
cleansed
anal
out.
glands, or is that just dogs?
We have intestines, but so do dogs. We have an anal canal. So
do dogs.
yeah, we all have
Do we have
anal glands.
glands? Well, you asked.
Did you spill the
Saved it.
wine? Oh
No,
my
I
God.
saved it. I set my Kindle's on my desk, and I went to go set it down, and it
Do
went on the
humans
edge.
have anal glands? I feel as though, yes, humans do have anal glands, but they are very different from the anal glands in animals like dogs or cats.
It heard
Inside
you
the
talking
anal,
about it.
yeah, inside the anal canal, they open into tiny pockets called anal crypts. Their purpose is to secrete mucus and help lubricate stool. That's very exciting. We'll be editing this out.
I think you should leave it in.
Okay. It's on par. It's full circle.
We got to bring it all the way back around.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But yeah,
Tell me lies. 10 out of 10 ending.
10
no
out
notes.
of 10. Yeah. Everyone's stupid. I
They
hated
all
each
deserve
other.
to die, besides Wrigley.
Yeah. And I kept thinking, like, every episode, what would happen if they just told each other the truth? I mean, we would have no show. And that's how it ended, is Steven just dropped the
Telling the
truth
truth.
bomb
Yeah.
of everything.
Besides that, he was the reason that Macy died.
Oh my God. Yes. And I've seen theories on that as to why the author director did not put that as part of the final
Do we
episode.
know, was it in the book? Because
I don't
was
know.
it one book or two books that
Oh, I have no
was
idea.
it ever revealed that? So if you're listening and you read the books, let us know if it was ever revealed if Steven actually was the one who killed Macy, not that she was the driver that resulted in the car crash. Let us know.
He is the reason.
No, I know we know, but do the people in his fake world know? Because that was never we know that the people, because the people think that some of the people know that he was in the car, but not that he was the driver.
Right. Unfortunate.
So let us know.
Let us know. Yeah. Some episodes were tough to watch, but I enjoyed it.
It was good. I'm almost done with The Beast in Me. You need to watch it. It's only 6 episodes on Netflix.
Okay. I'm currently watching the love story of JFK Jr. and Caroline Bassett, and it's interesting part of history, but kind of like snooze fest. But the last episode was about their wedding, and homegirl made everyone wait in this hot ass church in Georgia in the middle of summer. Wait for 2 hours because she had her hair and makeup done first, not realizing that her dress didn't have like a zipper that she could like step into or anything. It had to go over her head. And so she made the designer go back.
How did she not know? Did she not do a fitting?
It was all so quick, I think. I don't know the exact time frame of them actually getting engaged to the wedding. It seemed as though it was something quick and fast, but yeah, everyone waited in that hot ass, probably smelly church for 2 hours for her to come.
I will say this about my wedding. My friend AJ missed my entire ceremony because she was coming straight from work and I was having a full-on panic attack.
Yeah, you're about to be a runaway bride.
She was going to run. And so my wedding planner, who I love, she was amazing. Shout out Alicia from Details, saw it and she was like, we need to get her out now. And so all the boys were like drinking in their suite. They like pulled them out. They're like, get out now. We're going.
Yeah.
It was like DEFCON 5. Like, time is now. Rushing people down the aisle. And so we started 15 minutes early because of wow. I think she was the only one that actually missed the ceremony because she was coming from work and like she was already going to be cutting it close. Yeah, it was like, she's a runaway bride. We got to get her in and out.
We got to get her down. We got to get her down.
She's got to get down that aisle or she's going to be in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So,
But
not because I don't love my husband, it's because I don't like talking about feelings in public, and the whole spectacle of 1,000,000 people / 120 people looking at
watching you.
you while you talk about your feelings gave me the most, like, utmost form of anxiety. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Understandable. But yeah, JFK Jr., what a hottie.
I mean, all the Kennedys,
R.I.P.
quite frankly. It's a
Yeah.
great bloodline.
Yeah. They're kind of cursed, though.
They're cursed, but at least they're
They're
good
kind
looking.
of cursed. Yeah, they're good looking. The woman that played Jackie O, stunning, great job, accent on par, love, no notes. Um, Man playing JFK, you got the looks, you don't got the acting. I'm sorry, sir.
So,
Don't know who he is, but um, love Calvin Klein in there. Everyone that was like shocked that he was gay. I'm like, are you serious?
I was thinking of Ralph Lauren. Yeah,
No. Yeah. She worked for Calvin Klein, Caroline Bassett.
that's
And
right,
so
yeah.
he's got a large role in it. And it's beautiful.
Cute.
It was kind of snooze fest, majority of it, but sadly it ends in a tragic way. So that is to come in probably the next 2 episodes now that the wedding is
I don't think
over.
it's a spoiler alert that they die.
Yeah.
It's like,
Spoiler, if you didn't know, history.
they die in a plane crash.
They die in a plane
Haven't watched the
crash.
show and I know this.
Yes. Sad.
Sad.
I never realized or put it all together that his sister was Caroline and she's Carolyn.
I didn't even realize her name was pronounced Carolyn. I always say Caroline. I don't know.
I get them always confused. Sorry for all the Carolyns I've called Caroline and all the Carolines.
Is it a YN versus an INE? Is
Yeah,
it a spelling thing? Okay.
it's a YN versus a IN.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, but I always get it wrong.
Well, I just don't look
It's
at how people spell their names. So,
yeah.
one thing about Ava and her name is,
Nobody
without
can get it
doubt,
right.
anytime she goes to a Starbucks or any coffee shop and they announce her name, it's Ava.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but I have met a million Ava, not a million,
It's
but like
2026 people. Like we shouldn't be
in
having
America, it's Ava.
this hard of a time trying to pronounce a 3-syllable name, 3 letters, a palindrome. Like we need to be
Well, it
better.
was so funny because the other day I was at work and I had my headphones in and I was listening to music while I was working, and she called me and it like announces who's calling when
Yeah.
you have your headphones in. And it was like Ava Bido. Like it was just like a very like harsh O, and then
Yeah.
obviously Ava. And I'm
Ava.
like, even AI doesn't get you. You're just
No. Every Uber driver I've had, it's Eva. Like it's it's EH is how they're pronouncing
like
the
Eva
A.
or Ava. Yeah.
Yeah. Eva.
Ava. Eva. I
It's
can
just
see it.
Eva
Hmm.
or
Well, at
Ava.
least Joe Bideau's got an
Oh,
easy name to remember.
Joe Bideau.
Shout out
Yeah.
Joe Bideau.
No one's
We love
getting
you.
his name wrong.
It's
Yeah.
kind of wrong. All right. Well, any closing thoughts for today?
Um, I did watch Bridgerton. It was great. However, like they had nothing else to give, apparently, the writers, because it was just a ripoff of Cinderella. Okay.
It's just okay. I'm sorry, but that's every Bridgerton series. It's the same storyline with different people.
Yes, which I enjoy, but now that we know who um what's the
Lady Whistledown.
yeah, we know who Lady Whistledown is, know who she is. Everyone in the town knows who she is. And so this last season
The
was
town knows who she is. See,
yeah.
I don't know if I've watched beyond the first season. Maybe
Yeah.
I think I started watching the second season. Maybe.
And the last season, the last episode, one of the last episodes, she exposed herself of who she is so
Okay,
that
so
she
I
can
only
just like
watched the first 2 seasons then.
yeah. things just got spicy. Things just became too much. Friendships were being tested. So she
Yeah.
needed to just expose herself in order to find peace. And she did. And so this season, it was kind of like whatever. But, good looking people.
I'll have to watch for inspiration for the gala. The
Oh,
gala.
yeah. Yeah. They do have like a little masquerade that was fun. Yeah, I do enjoy the outfits. I love the music. I love,
I do love the music. I remember that.
yes, I love that they do modern day orchestra. It's beautiful. So 10 out of 10 on that
Stunning.
end. Yeah, wardrobe department, another fabulous plot
Fabulous.
line. Like we've seen it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Okay. But no one will do
Anyway.
it better than Hilary Duff. Waiting for you is like waiting for rain in this drought. What did she say? Disappointing.
Something and disappointing.
Yeah,
Useless and disappointing or something.
probably.
Something like that. Honestly, now that you're saying all this, I love her, so don't come for me, internet. But if you think about like Grey's Anatomy and Shonda Rhimes, who's also the creator of Bridgerton, a lot of
Yes.
the storylines
Yeah,
repeat.
no, it's the same thing. Nothing's original anymore. There's
Yeah.
only so many ideas you can have in this world and in this
Yeah.
lifetime. So,
Yeah.
and that's what we see in today's music. Like terrible,
Terrible.
terrible.
Unless you're Taylor Swift.
Yes.
All right.
Or
Well, we're gonna
April.
wrap this. Okay.
He hasn't really been delivering that much lately. I need to check up on him. We need to be like putting in some work.
Yeah. I don't
You
know what
know,
he's doing. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up because Pepper is banging down my door.
breaking
And
in.
thank you all for coming. Next week we've got a juicy topic for
Oh,
you. We're gonna talk about meetings,
ooh,
micromanagers,
ooh.
and mental health and how those three intertwine.
Love.
I feel like you're gonna really like this. So,
I'm gonna have a lot to say next week, I promise.
you are.
And
I
I think
believe
we're
in
gonna have
you.
a big announcement next week.
Big, huge.
Big, huge, major.
Hopefully, Opal's off her period by then.
One can only hope. I'll keep you updated.
Hopefully, Hans's appointment goes well tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I'll let you know how everyone's ass and
Smelling.
pussy is throughout the week. Okay.
Well, thank you all for coming. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, Champagne Deadlines, Ava Flava, Work Wives and Real Lives. We'll see you next week. Toodles.
Toodaloo.